today. It's 1:45 on the West Coast, and it's 4:45 on the East Coast. So you made it. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you guys are having a good one. I'm Coach, and I'm so glad to have you. Hi, Anita. How are you? Hi, Butterfly Hooks. Good to see you. Sonia, hello. User 224, hello. Steph, 1969. Sonia T, hello. Hey, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. What it do? What it do? What it do? How are you guys doing today? We got all we popping on all platforms right now, which I usually do go live on them all. And I'm so grateful to have each and every one of you here today. How are you all doing? We're gonna do our daily reading. Okay, we're gonna be doing our daily reading today. Faith over fear. We're gonna be on 365 days of fear not, and then we're gonna be doing our journey to the heart melody BD. Okay, so we have both on deck. Hey T, welcome in T. Good to see you. Welcome in to the best moderator in the building. I'm sorry, Zahid, I don't do matches. Thank you though. Lucy Lou, how are you? I'm not a match doer, guys, so I know many of you often send me something and want me to do that because you see the amount of followers I have. But we actually don't do any form of matches on my page. Just not something I do. I think that is for all of those who do it. Good, big shouts out to you. It's too much going on. It's too much for me. I don't want to be doing all that screaming. And, I can't do it. It's too much. I be done forgot, lost focus, and started with something else. Thank you, Jackie. I be done. We supposed to be live, winning and competing. Y'all, I be done lost focus in the middle of the live and start talking about weight loss. So that's why I just stick for what I'm here for. My name is Coach King LaShare Elliott, and 10 years ago, I found myself in hospice weighing 592 pounds with multiple tubes running out of my urinary tract system, my boo-boo system, my stomach, my neck, and both of my arms, trying to save my life due to the aggressive food addiction that I continue to engage in. So what the doctor told me, I made a choice at that time to eat myself into oblivion by eating and consuming over 100,000 calories on a regular basis and sometimes daily. By 8 a.m. in the morning, I would have consumed 20,000 calories with my first meals of the day. That is what we like to call a food addict. I believe that eating food makes heal something, cure something, fix something. Therefore, I have a diabolical connection with food. And because of that, I'm in recovery from alcohol and overeating, overthinking about food, or dieting. I did lose this weight minus surgery, minus injection. No, I didn't take an injection. I know all of you guys want me to have the injection. I didn't. I know you guys all want me to have had surgery. I didn't. I know you guys all wanted me to count calories. I didn't. I actually simply fueled my body with nutritional supplements, intermittent fasting, and I didn't even exercise right away. So I won't tell you no lies. I didn't have the option to exercise for the first 8 months as I was paralyzed. I was on what they call a medically induced paralysis was in my legs due to all the medications I was taking. It caused actual paralysis in my limbs called steroid myopathy. It's a depositing of the actual drugs where it basically causes the legs to not work. It makes the muscles and the legs don't work. They're there, you can feel them, but you can't bear any weight on them. They don't work. It simulates paralysis. So I found myself bedbound for 4 straight years in that situation due to my chronic medical conditions. As a result, but the more bedbound I became, the more I ate because I did not have an out. I did not have a solution. I did not have another way. And that became my way. Today, I share individuals who wanted the opportunity to be able to get the exact tools that I used to lose the weight and keep it off. I did lose weight almost 10 years ago, guys. I'm not new. I'm true. I'm not here for the wrong time. I'm here for the long time. I don't have any magical tricks. I have a bunch of knowledge and information that can help you utilize what you're already doing. I can help you deal with the mindset. I know many people talk about being able to diet, but not talk about the ability, the thinking part, the obsession part, the cravings, the waking up in the middle of the night. I can relate to all that. That is my story, but that is also the population of individuals that I've been working with for the last 8 years. What happened was my old educated self that's already educated in mental health and worked for almost 20 years in clinical psychology, right? I start seeing patterns in my behavior that I couldn't break on my own. Right? I couldn't break them. I would see them and I would want to not eat it all. I want to not eat that whole bag of chips, but I would still eat the whole bag of chips. I would want to not eat the whole candy bar. I would even put it up, like eat a little bit and put it up. But the constant thinking about it would make me pull that item back out. I wanted to be healthy. I in no way, shape, or form wanted to eat my way to 592 pounds. I had no desire to be on my 600-pound life. But my mindset and the way that I was using food as a weapon to heal my pain was definitely going to land me on somebody's TV show because I was given 30 days to live. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to, the girl that died, that ate herself to death. That's what they were going to, my memory was going to be, she ate herself to death. Because that's where I was headed. And I actually made jokes about it. I would say things like, I'm going to die with a full stomach. Never realizing that I was speaking in pain. I was speaking through the pain, through the disappointment, through the loss, through the hurt, through the sadness. I had no idea that everything that had ever happened to me when I became paralyzed and stabilized in that bed and I couldn't run from the pain anymore, that it came rushing back and I had to deal with it. You see, and I ate it away. Some people choose other options, but for me, I chose food. Okay. Food became my weapon of choice to harm myself. And today I'm happy to say I'm 8.5, almost 9 years sober, meaning I no longer use food to weaponize. However, I will tell you that I have to stay focused every day not to use food as a weapon because it's so easy to use food as a weapon. And what I mean, like I, just learned of another passing of someone that I care about and I feel pretty sad. And typically when I'm sad, I soothe myself with food. For years I did that. I don't do that anymore. So what I did today instead when I got sad is I wrote down all of some of the cool stories he told me about his life. And then live with you guys because I refuse to allow my emotions to kill me. I refuse to allow my eating to kill me. I refuse to be the woman that died because she couldn't stop eating. I refuse to be the woman that died because she was too big. I don't want that. I don't want that story. Some people might want that story. Some people have no problem with their size. They're happy, they're pleased, they're good, they're cool. And that's great for you, boo. But that's not for me. That wasn't for me. I didn't want what I was living. I did not want what I was living. I did not want to be able. I didn't want to not be able to wipe. I couldn't wipe myself. I gotten so big. So all y'all big women, I know how hard it is to get back there. That's what the smell is. I already know all that. That's why we wearing all those body bath and body works and perfumes and all of that, baby. You got to get back there. I remember having to stand all the way up and lean all the way over because if you don't, you won't be funk because of my size. You see. So these are the things that don't nobody want to talk about. We want to put on our cute two pieces and our cute outfits, but we don't want to talk about the fact that, yeah, I'm big and I'm cute, but I'm also struggling to wipe this big ass when I bend over. We don't say that part. But I'm telling my experience. So my experience, that was my experience. Yours might be different. Yours might be different. Yours might be different. I couldn't tie my own shoe. I couldn't cross my legs. I couldn't fit in a stall. I couldn't fit in a bench. I couldn't fit in some cars. I couldn't take certain trips, not because of the plane, but because the trips was not suitable for someone who was 500 pounds and paralyzed, period. So, I was pretty, all right. My nails was done. My hair was laid. My wig was like, my glue in was dope. And all those was great. And I had all kinds of face front confidence. But what I wouldn't tell you, what I would never admit to you until I got counseling for, is that I was absolutely miserable. And I hated being in that body. But bitch, fuck you. I'm cute. I'm pretty. You just mad. I'm big. You ugly. That's the type of stuff I would say. But in the dark, when the lights was off and nobody was paying attention, I was crying. So I don't do this. I don't do this what everybody else do it for. You see, I don't care if you join me or not. I just want you to get active on something. That's it. Because I can't help you. You got to help yourself. You got to help yourself. All I'm going to do is give you the knowledge to do it. My program is self-driven. I can't help you. None of us coming on this app off injections, surgery, meal plans, none of that. None of us can help you. We can guide you to the information, but if you don't do nothing with it, that's on you. You can't say somebody's program don't work if you never use it 100%. You can't say it don't work if you quit on you. You can't say it don't work if you never fully commit. You can't say it ain't working because you ain't doing the work. It's you. It's you. When thousands of women has done something over and over and you can't do it and it don't work because you didn't work. These are the things I had to hear, y'all. I'm saying them so harsh because I need you to hear them. I need you to hear them. That business that you keep starting and stopping, it's not working because your mindset, it's you. It's not the kids, it's not the job, it's not the man, it's you. You're blocking you because if it's something you really wanted, you would do it. If it's something you really wanted, you would do it. I'll give you an example. My girlfriend, we ain't got to describe it. You guys know that I work with predominantly plus size people. So we're going to put that out there. We know that. And she told me I could share this story. So I'm sharing this story because she told me I could share this story. Girlfriend's beautiful now. But the problem is she calls it her pseudo self-esteem. She says the person y'all meet is her pseudo. Hey, Craft, how are you? She says, thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you, lady. Thank you, Crafty. She says, look, my girlfriend says, she says, y'all get my pseudo self-esteem. Now, mind you, I'm like, pseudo self-esteem, pseudo. Because I know what pseudo means. I'm like, pseudo. You telling me you ain't give me the real thing? And she says, Coach, if you got the real part of me, then I couldn't inspire nobody. Oh, that's powerful. And I said, what do you mean? She said, if you got the real part of me right now, it wouldn't be inspiring. I would be giving sympathy. So I have to show up with my pseudo confidence when I walk out of the house or I can't handle the world. Because no matter how much I try to love the body I'm in, the world that we've grown up in has been taught to hate the bodies that don't look like the average person. She says, so I can't show up and tell you I'm disappointed about the way I look and be honest and stand in my truth because we don't live in a country that can accept that. That's powerful. She says, I have to give you my confidence. She said, I have to give you the confidence that sits on the surface because we don't live in a country that will give me permission to tell you my truth on this journey. She said, that's what I like about your platform. She said, you tell us all the bad, the ugly, the good, the dirty, the stuff most plus size women don't even want to talk to you about. About the ingrown hairs and the swelling and the issues and all that. No, we have all of that because of what's going on with our bodies. Not only is fat toxins, but it's pouring out, messing with our organs. In situations that some of y'all little people can't get with or understand because we struggling. But you all think we just lazy. No, we on a real war trying to survive. Survive. It doesn't matter how we got where we are. Don't nobody do that to dope. See, last time I talked about the compare this to that, I got a warning. So I'm not going to do it this time because last time y'all got a warning that I wasn't allowed to compare, right? So I'm not going to compare. But what I was going to explain is, did you know that some other addictions and diseases, they never get the negative end of the stick? It doesn't matter how they got it. It doesn't matter what life they was living before it came along. But have you ever noticed that gets other, let me see, I'm trying to talk around it, y'all. Have y'all ever noticed that certain things get support? Congratulations, you got this, all of that. But when it comes to weight loss, everybody got advice and feedback on why you ain't doing something they think you should do. It's not, girl, you got this. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Keep going, keep pushing. That's not the comments that people get. It's why you let yourself get that big. You don't know what that person was going to do. So we get to talking without information. But if somebody come on your page and do that same thing, you'll be mad. So that's why I do the authenticity over here. So that other women can feel like, no, you don't have to only tell the good stuff. You can tell them, yeah, I'm on this weight loss journey and I'm doing it live on social media. And today I'm struggling. Today I overate. Today I didn't go to the gym. I think that this delusional journey that we create where we make it seem like it's perfected is insane. Someone died in my life that I love very much. That I love very much. And I'm hurting today. And I don't go to my clients and lie to them and put a front on them. I had clients today. My clients know that I'm dealing with grief. Why do I share that with them? Because if I'm off, I don't want them to think I'm off because of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to think that I'm struggling because of something they may or may not done. No, what I'm going through I need to share that, not because I want them to know about my sorrow, but I want them to know that if I'm off or I don't seem as like my normal self, I want them to know that, hey, I'm human. Are you following me? Are you with me, Cassie? Are you got me, Pooh? So all I'm saying is that sometimes we're harder on ourselves only because other people are hard. If you know it without a shadow of a doubt, you've tried and you've tried and you've tried, then just say that. Don't let nobody tell you you ain't working hard enough. You ain't. No, just say I've really been trying. It's just not working for me. Right? We get to have give and take on our weight loss and wellness journey. Every scale weigh-in doesn't have to be a dramatic weight loss. Every inch measurement doesn't have to be a dramatic inch measurement. Just being able to get up every day and stand up on your own two legs and not be short of breath, that's a victory for some of us. For some of us, being able to go into a stall in a public restaurant is a victory for us. Fitting in our car without rubbing our steering wheel or having to scoot out and rock out the car because of our size. Those are victories. So to make oneself feel like the only victory that I can achieve is if the scale moves is asinine. Because there's so many other things that had burdens in your life other than the weight that matter when they're no longer there. The one time that you can say no to something that you know you would normally overeat, that's a win. When you can go to a place where they have tons of snacks, sweets, and candies and you don't engage, that's a win if you're me, because that's my addiction. You understand what I'm saying? When you do things that are not the scale, just because they're small doesn't mean they're not valid. It doesn't mean it won't grow you. It doesn't mean it won't enhance you. The small things are as relevant and as powerful as the big things. The small things are as relevant and as powerful as the big things. So don't count yourself out because you're not having big breakthroughs like everyone else you may see or hear about or see on social media or read about. Maybe your journey is meant to be 1 pound at a time, 1 inch at a time, where someone else's journey may be 10 pounds at a time, 10 inches at a time. Just know that whatever journey it is, it's yours. It's yours. And no one else can tell you if it's right or wrong if you're doing it with the right intentions. So 1 pound is just as good as 10 when your mindset is focused on the right thing. 1 inch is good as 10 when your mindset is engaged with the right thing. When I'm looking at pursuing my health and not skinny, then 1 pound is magnificent. 1 inch is amazing. I don't get caught up on that because I understand that I'm pursuing health. Okay, health. Let's do our reading. All right, I always do a little topic, and today's topic was the small things are as important as the big thing. And if it's not working, then check your work. That was today's pre-reading, pre-chat. The small things are as relevant as the big things. Hey, Vanessa. And if it's not working, check your work. Don't quit. Check your work. Check your work. I'm going to be posting a post talking about water intake and the importance of being careful for those of you who are more sensitive to water retention. If you are a weekly weigher or a GLP user and you're using fluid to fill yourself up to block food noise or cravings, I did a write-up and some research on it, so I can give you the tools you need to ensure you're not making yourself plateau by doing that. So if you already had issues with retaining fluid and water on your body, and you're drinking a lot of fluid and water, in some cases, it can actually cause weight gain. It can cause you to not get your accurate weight, right? Okay, day 109. It is written, when you go out to battle against your enemies and see horses and chariots and people more numerous than you, do not be afraid of them. For the Lord your God is with you, who brought you up from the land of Egypt. Deuteronomy 20:11. Okay, we're doing good. A principle. A multitude of people, however strongly arrayed for war, cannot stop you from fulfilling your goals. I'm going to read that again, okay? Listen to what that just said. A multitude of people, however strongly arrayed for war, cannot stop you from fulfilling your goals. So today's principle says that no matter how many people shall stand up against you, however strongly the war may be, it cannot stop you from fulfilling your goals. And I received that for myself. You know, many of you have been following me for a long time. And this morning I woke up and my clothing store is deleted. It's gone completely. Prayer. Multiple oppositions against my life shall not prevail in Jesus' name. And this opposition shall not prevail. You know, as a business owner, I own two businesses. Well, three technically, but two primarily. And the devil's a liar. The enemies, hey. The devil's a liar. The enemy's a liar. So, hey, Joyce. So I'm trying to not get. I've cried already. I cried for 7 minutes. That's all I allow myself. I've already cried for the 7 minutes and gave it to God. And the only thing I can do now is to get to work and to figure out what I need to do to fix it. Before, it would debilitate me, and I would have to crawl in the bed and sleep for days to deal with the overwhelming feeling of losing everything. But today, I just tell myself, I actually just said before I got on live, if God don't do it, it can't be done. I've been building my business for almost 10 straight years, and in less than 24 hours, half of my business is gone. I don't even have words for it. I just know that you and I agreed that we were going to try to show up every day, no matter what, and do these readings. So, in spite of the grief I'm experiencing and the horrible loss of my business, of my boutique, I'm still here. I'm here because we made a promise. And because remember, I told you no vacation, situation, or elevation is going to knock me off my focus. I will not let no situation, vacation, acclamation, accusation knock me off my game. So I'm here. Thank you so much, free TikTok coins, link in bio. Oh, well, thank you. Hey, Melva. So we're here. And so, I hope that what you get from me today is that even when it hurts, you show up. Even when it hurts and you have no backup plan, you don't know what you're going to do next, you still show up. And so like I said, I had my 7 minutes of crying already. So I've already did all the crying I'm allowed. I do so I don't have pity parties. So I did all the crying that I'm allowed. And so now, once I'm done with my reading, guys, I'll hop off of here. Hi, African Queen. Good to see you. Hey, Tracy. Am I saying right? Hi, Tracy. Hi, Ali. Let me see, what was your name? Hi, your name, Dr. Lashania, am I saying right? Thank you, Kevin. I feel absolutely phenomenal. I lost weight like 10 years ago, so I've been in like 120 pounds forever now. So yeah, I feel pretty good. Yeah, I feel overall my health is even though I have a chronic condition, it's actually managed. I don't take any medicine for it or anything, but I do have to keep support because I have a life threatening, my disability. So although I lost all that weight, I was I was in hospice and on my deathbed in this photo, in the photos that you see, by the grace of God, I've been able to get it where it's managed, and I don't what appears in grief today will show light of opportunity tomorrow. It's all in your faith. Thank you so much, TR. So my my um my loss about 10 years ago. I'm keeping up. Let's go, Kevin. Me too. To Kevin. Me too to Kevin. I've been in the game for 10 years. Yeah, 479 pounds naturally. Thank you so much, TR. You know me, so you know I'll be like, I'm not, I ain't doing nothing. But no, we're I can be angry and upset, but that's not gonna get me into action. You see? I can be mad, but it's not going to get me into action. So, prayer. The Lord God is with me, who has brought me out of the bondage of fear in Jesus' name. I would agree. For me, anytime I lose somebody, I get fearful because I have a terminal illness. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want it to be my turn. But today I didn't do any of that. Today I did. The secret to weight loss is what you eat. I gave up fast food. What do I eat? I eat everything. We didn't diet. We don't diet here. I don't believe in any form of dieting or restricting or calorie counting or eating. I believe the human body, before all these toxins and things were given to it, did not have all those restrictions. So I help my clients reset their metabolic muscle and their foundational health so that they're able to function fully. So my clients typically, myself, I'll just speak about me. For me, the reason why we don't do any form of dieting is because it's not good for the mindset if the emotional connection is with food. So you want to offer therapy or coaching. I mean, well, it's actually therapy, a therapeutic coaching to help the person find the connections in the food for the behavior, and then address the behavior through therapeutic techniques, allowing them an opportunity to express those emotions in an appropriate space, disconnected from the food, kitchen, or chewing, and then circle back and teach the foundational things for wellness and health, not weight loss. So there's a difference between weight loss and wellness. They're not the same. People think they are. People also think losing weight means you're healthy, and that's not actually true. Weight loss is exactly that. It's weight loss. So a lot of people say is I'm trying to lose weight so I can be healthy. But ultimately what we want to do is get healthy so that we lose the weight, because health is lifelong, weight loss is temporary. Do you understand? Health is lifelong, weight loss is temporary, right? And the reason why I say that, because say for example, if you're on a weight loss journey and your goal is to get down to 180, and you begin to live a healthy lifestyle in order to sustain the 180, right? Most foods are, but yes, they are, Kevin. Um, that's why I use nutritional products that are back supported and back. I use nutritional supplements backed and supported by third-party universities such as Harvard, Spelman, and 10 of the top national nutrition and sports medicine magazines have wrote multiple articles on the nutrition that I used. I lost weight through nutritional cleansing and intermittent fasting. I stand by it. I don't have dramatic skin on my body. I don't need to have any multitude of surgeries. Everything on me is mine and legit. Hi, Angelina. Thank you. It's all mine. It's all mine. I do not teach. Um, because of the world we live in, I show people the knowledge they need and the access, right? I want people to empower themselves about wellness, because anybody can lose weight, but can you do it and sustain health? Because they're not the same, right? Um, I know several women who've lost lots of weight, right? But they're very unhealthy because the way they did it, they lost a lot of their body's tenacity and muscle capacity. So now they have a lot of medical problems related to osteoporosis and things like that. And so I've worked with them to help them build up their nutritional foundations so that their bodies cannot hurt when they move. They've lost a massive amount of weight, but unfortunately, they also are severely malnourished, according to their doctor's reports that they brought with them, because over the last 4 years, they haven't been getting enough nutrition. The test that she got done at the naturopath showed that the nutrition that she's been consuming has been that of about a 5-month-old child, and she's a 45-year-old woman. So the reason why she wasn't able to lose weight, it wasn't because she was overeating, it's because she's malnourished. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. That's a little knowledge for y'all. And also, everybody with a big stomach does not have a fatty liver. There's a woman on here that says that a lot, and it's diagnosing, and you shouldn't diagnose people. But I'll tell you this: no, I'm not on any medications, Kevin. I don't take any form of medication. I have a hole in my throat, so I'm not allowed. I haven't taken medications for 10 years. No, no medications. Um, I was blessed to not be able to have to take medications after the third month. I was from 63 pills a day to zero. Yeah, Kevin, I'm a miracle. Kevin, I actually died 9 times. I've been resuscitated, full-fledged resuscitated on life support, actually 9 times in that body. Yeah, I'm very much blessed. I know God has his hand on my life, and I'm grateful for that. And that's why I share the nuggets that I've learned after studying weight loss for the last 10 years and working with 14,000 people. That's why I bring the knowledge here. I bring it here because I want you guys to get it from me. So let me get to the next reading. I'm going to hop off and get to my client, okay? I have a client that'll be in the room in a few minutes, so we want to make sure we're ready for her, okay? All right. It says, March 24th. What does March 24th say? March 24th. What was March 24th say? So these books help with. Kevin, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I don't let anyone get me down. Kevin, I can't because Kevin, listen. I can be sad about the loss and I can be upset about the website, but I can't let it mess with my mood and change me to the point where I want to go lay in the bed and sleep, because the enemy's going to grab that. And then the enemy's going to bring up stuff that don't got anything to do with the loss from the person I lost recently. It's going to bring up stuff that has nothing to do with my sight. But because it's bringing it up while I'm already sad, it's going to force my mind into a deeper, darker sadness that has nothing to do with the actual today's event. Y'all following me? That's why you got to give I call it the 7-minute get in it. When something go wrong, you got 7 minutes to get on into it, cry, cuss, yell, whatever you do. And then you come on out that like, okay, God, what's the plan? Because you got to have a plan, God. You wouldn't have me have this happen and then no plan. So I do that for myself because I understand that self-pity and victimization are easy. They're cousins and they like you. And they like you because self-pity and victimization is the daughters of depression. Clock it. Self-pity and victimization are cousins. When you invite them over, they bring their mama. Depression. I want to contribute to the live at 62. I'm living on my bed. Hey! Yes, you 62, Kevin. You better. Kevin said he's 62. Kevin, I only work with older clients. I love my older clients. Now, we have a few ladies that are like 30, 31, 32. But baby, I love my older clients. The men and the women, first of all, they're fun. Okay. They're fun, but they're all so realistic. Like they'll say to me, Coach, I know I'm out in these streets not doing right. I don't got to debate or argue. And they'll be like, Coach, listen, I don't know what happened at that appointment. I was gonna come and I dropped the ball. So they're more mature in terms of that, and then they're ready to work when they're ready. Like sometimes it'll take some of the girls like a couple months to get it going, but once they get it going, they're off and running. Now my men, they come right in. They don't want to be in no group setting with a bunch of women. I work with predominantly women. So I have 4 men. I asked them yesterday, do you guys want me to add you to WhatsApp so you can get some of the notifications? One of them immediately messaged me back and said, no, thank you. He said, no, thank you. You told me it's a bunch of women in there. I said, it's a bunch of women, but you, a man, you could be in her. You could be our king. And he said, no. I don't want to be nowhere near that thing. You said it's a bunch of women. I said, yeah, of all colors, races. And he said, no. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. So although I can't get any of the men to come into our private small group, they do still, we still email, text, chat, WhatsApp, and I still offer them the same individual support and stuff like that. But it's always so cute because men are so much different than women when it comes to their triggers, and even how they view their body. And it's been so enlightening to hear the older gentlemen talk to me about how, like when they were younger, and then how their image and their self-esteem has advanced or declined, like based on health stuff, physical limitations. So it's so empowering to be privileged to get to hear from the male perspective the battle of weight loss and wellness. Does that make sense? And so that's kind of how I know about struggles for men, not because I'm a man, but because I have worked with multiple guys. And even my husband Ty, my ex-husband Ty, I actually helped him lose massive amount of weight when we were still married or whatever. We're good friends still, but he still does the same thing, So most people I work with continue to live the lifestyle. I try to teach you a lifestyle based on you. So we look at you individually. So say, for example, you work at night and you need someone to work up a program or a system for you where you could do it at night, right? So essentially what I do is I build your entire workout, nutrition, sleep, meditation, and everything around this nighttime job, right? And what that does is it helps you have a better foundation to your fitness. Because a lot of times if you eat at night, you also snack at night or not, because it's boredom snacking to keep you awake, because when you're chewing, it keeps the brain active. That's why people that are sleepy say chew gum. But what happens if you have an emaciation issue and you actually chew at night or chew gum? You're actually supporting the addictive nature of chewing. Although it's keeping you awake, it's feeding into that chewing addiction, right? And so it's a fine line between calming the body and feeding into the issue, right? Because some of us don't know that we even eat to feel better. Many of us think we're eating we're eating food, but a lot of us are actually eating at times to heighten our mood, right? And the problem with that concept is that we must eat to nutritionally thrive the body. So the purpose is to learn your metabolic rate and the times that it's most active in the day. And then we want to eat those not so good things during that time, because that means our metabolism can sufficiently break it down, absorb it, and then release it into the biliary tract system, right? See? So it's a method to the madness. So we rebuild the metabolic muscle. We learn when it's most active based on going to sleep at a regular, following REM, breaking the fast, learning when the break fast works best for us. So we take away from a blanket weight loss system and we individualize it, right? So I have a client that gets up at 2 and goes to bed at 2, right? So she doesn't get up in the morning. So that means if I have only morning system set up, that means this client right here can't do it. So what we've done is when she breaks her fast, she's breaking her fast with lunch, because she can't break it with breakfast. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And what ends up happening when she used to try to get up at 2 and eat breakfast, then force a lunch, then force a dinner, she would be eating 4,000 calories in about a 6 or 7 hour period. And that's too overwhelming for the body to handle. Did you hear me? Some of you guys are doing this. You're breaking your fast and then you're trying to hurry up and get in all those calories, because it's almost like you're binge eating, but in phases. You got to be careful that you're not starving your mindset too, right? So if you're intermittent fasting, you want to break the fast with high power protein so it can cut your cravings, give you a fullness in your stomach, and then address the taste in your mouth, right? Right? Okay. If you put fruit in it and leave a little bit of it chunky, you can chew. So now you've met chewing, cravings, fullness, hydration, and energy all in one, right? So you break it with that high power protein, boom, head on to your day. Do not hurry up and put something else in your body 2 hours later. You know why you can't do that? Because you just woke up. You haven't been up since the morning. So you're not in your active metabolic rate yet. You need 4 hours. Hey, do the research. So get that first protein shaking. Or the reason why you breaking that fast, the protein, because you need high powered protein to activate the enzymes to get the body going, to cut on the metabolic muscle, to tell the mind to work. Boom, we on the move. After the first high powered protein, guess what the trick is? Follow it up with veggies and a simple carb. Look at my meal plan. It tells you this. So that's your snack. That snack is gonna be high power protein snack, but it's going to contain veggies and a simple carb. That's why my clients sometimes do a half of a salad as a snack. That's the trick. Because we don't just want the protein to get that metabolism going. What do we want the protein to do? What do we want the metabolism to do once it's working? We want it to keep working all day. So we want to give it things throughout the day to make it work. This is why long-term starvation begins to cause a plateau. The body remembers. If I teach my body that the only way to lose weight is via starvation, then the only way it will lose weight is from lack of calories. The minute I increase the amount of calories, I may experience bloating, inflammation, and weight gain. Why? Because my body is not used to that it's not used to those calories. It's not used to it, right? Understand me. The body is a memory. If it's been eating 800 calories for 12 weeks and I lost 800 pounds, 80 pounds, let's say, that means if I try to start eating 4,000, guess what's going to happen? If I even try to start eating 1,200 calories and I don't increase my activity, increase my fluid intake, increase my sleeping, then it's going to turn into some form of weight gain in the form of fluid or visceral fat. Why? Because the body isn't used to it. I've trained it and made it think that it only needs this amount for this time to do this thing. So what we have to do is either restrict more. So now you got to eat 600 calories to keep the weight falling off, right? Right? This is why when surgery patients on a liquid diet, this is why they lose hundreds of pounds, because they're barely having 500 calories a day. They're barely having 1,000 calories a day. That's why they're losing 200, 300, 400, 500 pounds in oh, I lost 400 pounds in 12 months. Yeah, because you were only consuming anywhere from 500 to 800 calories a day for a whole year. They will later come back and tell you, well, after about 3 or 4 years, when you get tired of restricting, I start gaining the weight back. It's because you didn't slowly introduce the heavy foods back into your diet so your body could adjust. It's not that caloric restriction weight loss doesn't work. It's that the lack of knowledge that you need is there. You don't know that you need to slowly integrate those foods back into your diet. You can't be on a whole fruit watermelon diet and then go have pizza and cocktails at the club and wonder why you bloated. I'm gonna let you answer that yourself because you probably already know the answer, right? Like when doctor tell you you can't eat and you wait all day and you don't eat, you get all those tests done. Have you noticed how much food you order in the drive-thru when you leave the hospital? Because you're hungry, but you're not just physically hungry; you're emotionally hungry too. So you end up actually overeating, and we justify it because we didn't eat all day. Are you catching it? Are y'all seeing the patterns? We sit and eat 2,000 calories in one sitting because our justification is that we haven't eaten all day. We order two entrees and an appetizer because we haven't eaten all day. We don't think about the fact that eating 3,000 and 4,000 calories in one sitting for any one person is not good. So if you tell me, Coach, I only eat one time a day after I get off from work and get home, sweetheart, that's why you're heavy, because then you're laying down and going to bed. Like, I want you to think past the habits, right? Well, that's where I get my kids. I get my food. I go in my room. I sit on my bed. I cut on my TV show. I cut on Real Housewives and I eat my food. So you don't even eat with your kids in the kitchen? See, all of those behaviors feed into this eating cycle, right? Because think about that. I take my food and eat it in private by myself with the TV, all things that zone you out and make you mentally be unpresent. Okay, let me get to the book today for codependency. Tap into life's energy. Melba, you came back. Keith, welcome back. Life is not something separate or apart from you. As you once believed, there is a power, a life force that moves, guides, directs, and inspires you. You are one with life, with life's energy. Do things that energize you. Charge your soul. Soak up the sun. Soak up color. Soak up beautiful sounds. Immerse yourself in nature, in a world that refreshes, restores, and renews. Don't worry about the task or the day that looms ahead, the work and love and play, the problems and choices that are on the way. If you energize yourself, restore yourself, the power to take action will come naturally, like water from a spring. Look around. What do you see that feels right to do? Which direction do you see as the right way to go? Trust the smallest glimmer. Give in to the urge, to the guidance that's there. Do it once. Do it again. Soon you will find yourself in harmony. Y'all know I can't see without these. Hold on, I can't see the words. I was trying to see them though. It says, you will have all the guidance, energy, ideas, creativity, power, and ability you need to do all you're meant to do. And you will be given the power to enjoy it. Mocha! You guys, look, I can't see. Y'all see how small that is? Y'all, I really can't see. I think that all the older women that didn't tell me, Mocha, thank you for the hearts, babe. All the older women in my life that did not tell me that after 45, the vision that I experienced at 40 goes down further. You're not right. You could have told me that I'm gonna really need my glasses. I used to wear glasses because they were pretty. I actually did not need glasses before, guys. Only thing is I had astigmatism, but I still have really good vision. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Some days I'm in here squinting real hard. Y'all don't even know how bad I'm struggling to read all these books because I can't see worth a nickel or a penny, okay? But today I was able to make it happen. Any questions on today's live? Mocha, thank you. African Queen, welcome back, babe. Any questions about weight loss, wellness, tips, tricks? You guys know I always try to give y'all a little something. But like I told you earlier, 1 is just as good as 10. 1 is just as good as 10. A little is just as good as a lot. And slow is just as good as fast when dealing with your wellness and health. Because it's your journey. And no one can tell you that your journey isn't for you. You can change things. You can switch things. You can even take feedback. But 1 is just as good as 10. I'm going to say it one more time just for all my queens in the back that looked at the scale today or on Monday, because it's Monday. A lot of people weigh on Sundays and Mondays. This is for all my queens that got on that scale at the doctor, that got on the scale this morning. You're doing your injections all right. You're following your surgery protocol all right. You're listening. You're doing everything with your food all right. You're doing everything all right. You're doing everything all right, right? Everything. And things ain't looking like it should on the scale. Things ain't looking like it should for your clothes. It's okay. Just keep showing up and watch what happens. Have a good day. Make sure you guys come back tomorrow. I do this every day. Today I really didn't want to do it, but I'm glad I did it because I feel better,